Welcome to the Autofocus Q&A, where we invite leaders, top executives, and personalities from the automotive sector to answer questions about the automobile and its industry from our invited motoring journalists and for those sent to us by our viewers. This week from the motoring media, we have with us the producer, host of Auto Review and contributing columnist of Malaya, Mr. Ron de los Reyes. Ron, welcome once again to the show.
Thank you, Butch. Thank you for having me again.
Our privilege, as I would always say. And he is joined for the first time on the show by the publisher of Power Wheels magazine, Mr. Lester Dizon. Lester, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me here.
And for our esteemed guest this week on the Autofocus Q&A, we have the president of the Covenant Car Company Incorporated, exclusive importers and distributors of Chevrolet vehicles in the country, Attorney Albert Arcilla. Albert, welcome.
Good evening. Thank you for having me, sir.
Finally, I see you on the set.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, getting this show on the road for our first question, Albert. I started this in the last Q&A session we had, which I was not doing for the so many other interviews I had with the top executives of the industry. Maybe you can tell us something about yourself, like before you got into the automotive industry, where were you? I know you're a lawyer, as we address you as Attorney Arcilla. Now, what's a lawyer doing in the automotive industry? Why not just handle the legal matters? Why are you handling the entire operations of a car company?
Well, thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to share our experiences in how we got into the automotive industry. Yeah, as you mentioned, I was a practicing lawyer, and during that time, I was drafted by the group of Mr. Richard Lee and then Mr. Peter Garucho, who was negotiating for the franchise to get Volvo in the Philippines. That was about 18 years ago. So I was one of the lawyers who were negotiating with the Swedes to bring in the franchise. When we were able to successfully bring in the franchise, Volvo in the Philippines, I was invited by then Mr. Richard Lee and Celine Lee Yu to participate in the management of the company in setting up the company. So I was really taking charge of the legal and administration department of Volvo then, and I was doing a lot of legal work. But after about 3-5 years, they gave me an opportunity to be able to participate in other service groups like sales and distribution and marketing and communications, and that's when I started to meet everyone in the automotive industry. And that's when my being a lawyer was placed at the backside and started being more of a manager and a salesman and a marketer for our Volvo products. And I think through the years, I felt that I was able to nurture a lot of experiences, a lot of things that helps me build the brand and makes me relate to the clients and to our buyers. So this is where I am right now.
Where you are now, are there any regrets not being into where you actually first dreamed to be, which is to be in the legal circles, but now you're in the automotive industry? Are there any regrets? Would you rather be back to where you were?
I felt that the legal profession really taught us more the discipline of trying to negotiate, talk to our clients, have a win-win situation. It really helps in the automotive industry. Every day we're selling cars, every day we're fixing cars, every day we talk to a lot of people, communicating with different people, the media, to their clients, to our principals. Every day we're negotiating, every day we're giving our proposition, which I feel is also what a lawyer does generally. It's just that here you do it more in a very friendly atmosphere, especially with the people in the motoring media, with our principals because we're partners, and with our clients because we build relationships every day. So I think it goes hand in hand more than leaving the legal profession. I bring into my work right now everything that I learned along the way.
Well, congratulations. First of all, you have really built the Chevrolet brand here in the Philippines. From what it was before to what it is now, there's really a marked difference. So tell me, how did you do it, and what are your visions for the future of Chevrolet in the Philippines?
Thank you, Lester. You know, I remember when when we had the opportunity to take charge of the brand Chevrolet barely about 4 years ago. One of the first people that was really encouraging me, aside from Mr. Butch, who I called, I remember before even signing in, I called Mr. Butch and I said, "Sir, I'm taking care of another brand." And he said, "What is it?" And I said, "We have this opportunity." So I got a lot of inputs from, but you were also one of those who were very encouraging because of your personal connection to the brand Chevrolet. It's been almost 4 years. We took over the brand at a very challenging time. That was the time when General Motors went through a lot of challenges and went through the bankruptcy. But you know, we in the motoring industry, we know how strong the brand Chevrolet is. We know how strong the company GM is. So it was gonna weather through all those challenges, and we saw that big opportunity. When we started about 4 years ago, we already had a plan on how to, first of all, gain brand equity, to make sure that we will be able to again get to that point where people, the motoring public, knows that Chevrolet is a brand of choice. We also needed to make sure that we had the right products for the market. So we needed to study first and foremost, what are the products that the Filipino buyer prefers during this time, because it has been changing through the years. And we work around that. And again, of course, we had to work on our dealer network. We will not be able to expand our reach if we don't have a very good and strong dealer network. And something I think which this company really has for us is we're really very prayerful. You know, every time we make all these plans, we know that we are guided accordingly, and so we execute them accordingly as well.
That's good.
Well, congratulations, Albert. Sometimes I call him attorney, but actually our friendship goes back a long way. Like we were into sports
Yes.
during the Southeast Asian Games in 1981. But I'll ask about sports, the sports involvement of Chevrolet later on. My question now is, well, last year you had the ASEAN launch of the Chevrolet Spin. It's a very good vehicle. Your entry in the minivan market, and it's now in the Philippines. Now I see some units around, but I think it's a very good car, and I should be seeing more. How is it doing from your end?
Thank you for that. You know, we were very optimistic with our Chevrolet Spin. It's our first AUV. We call it our all-utility vehicle. It's produced in Indonesia, and we were able to invite some of our friends to take a look at it before we launch it here in the Philippines. It's doing very, very well. We're very, very happy with the results. The people have received the product very well. You know, I think we are the only one offering right now an AUV, our all-utility vehicle, in both the gas and diesel variant. So we are capturing a lot of audience because of this. And it gives you the utility, yet exterior-wise, it really also looks like a very nice car. You know, we were very optimistic, but we didn't know that it would be that well received. So we are going to be seeing more and more spins in the roads in the next few months.
Albert, you may not be aware of this, but you see, of course, we motoring journalists get together somehow during all these launches. Sometimes we're really tired of each other's faces, but you know, in one of these sessions we were discussing the status of how marketing in the Philippines, automotive marketing is being handled in the Philippines, and you may not be aware of it. You are one of those in our case study. If you go back to your question, let's be truthful about it. GM did not do well when they were here in the Philippines. They were handled by an expat, and then they closed shop for obvious reasons, as you mentioned. I didn't know about this. There was bankruptcy declared, and then you took over a Filipino company run by Filipinos, and it did very well. Now, with all due respect to the others who have not followed suit, it appears, and please confirm this or deny this, that the Philippine market can best be handled by Filipinos who know the idiosyncrasies of the market, the likes and dislikes of the buyer. Do you confirm this?
Well, it really helps, sir, that we have a good feel of the market because we live and breathe the market here. But I would like to still say that whatever we inherited or whatever we had from GM or from Chevrolet Philippines prior to our taking over the brand has still helped us build from it. We were able to build from that, and we were able to execute plans that probably was made easier because it's the Filipinos doing it. We have a very strong and focused marketing team, headed by I'm sure you've met all Lynn and her team, but the whole team is really also very tight. Everyone in the management group always has a very good sense of what the market is, and so my role is really to put together everything that we feel are 20 years. We added our number of years of experience from our chairman to our chairman emeritus to Celine and everyone. We can go over 75 years to 100 years of work experience in the automotive industry. And I guess all that really helped build Chevrolet to where it is right now. And of course, the convergence of having the right products also was at the right time was also very helpful for us.
Well, okay, I'm sure Ron and Lester will have more questions for you, probably regarding the Lemon Law and the newly introduced legislation on e-vehicles. But meanwhile, we will take a very short break, and when we come back, we continue with the week's Q&A. Stay with us.